Guys, welcome to day one of the Six Figure Agency mini course. Day one. Woo! So excited. All right. Before I get started, before we jump in, we're going to be talking about skills, okay? Because everyone's going to need skills. So this is step one. You're going to need skills. You got to provide skills, okay? There's people out there that want what you have. It's not even complicated too, because chances are you already have the skills that a business owner would want. We're going to touch on that in a second. But before we jump in, this is actually pretty important, is that I kind of got to break your mentality here for a second, okay? Because just stay with me for a second. I'm not going to do any damage, but there's successful people who become millionaires and the entrepreneurs that are doing really well. They have a different mentality than the people that are in the normal system of the systematic lifestyle that we live. You know, the 9 to 5, the work until you're 80 kind of mentality. There's two different mindsets. Okay, so the reason why I got to point this out to you from the very beginning is because the mindset of going through the system starts from you being a little child. Okay, just think about this for a second. When you're a child, you're always told right and wrong, right? Everyone tells you that. Your parents, school teachers, authority figures, police officers, paramedics, everyone. They're always telling children right and wrong. So you grow up your entire life through the system that the world is black and white, that there's right and there's wrong. So you're no stranger to the real world, I'm sure of it, depending on however old you are. You find out once you actually enter into the real world that it's not so cut and dry, right? It's not black and white. Sometimes there are things that seem wrong that aren't really wrong. And then there's things that seem right and they're actually pretty wrong. The world is very colorful. Okay, it's not black and white. It's not between right and wrong. Now, successful people recognize this. Okay, so they're not instantly saying no, no, that's wrong. No, 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 it's wrong. Whereas people that grow up through the system, they're constantly saying no, it's wrong. It's wrong, 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 because their mind has been programmed right and wrong. So they've been told their entire lives that this is wrong. Whereas successful people, they're not so quick to say no. They first question it. For example, I'm going to give you an example. One of my clients didn't want the pop-up on their website. You know, that little pop-up where it's got your name and email address. This increases conversions by 20 to 40% for websites. Seriously, just by having a little pop-up, people put it in there because it's scratching an itch that their clients had. But they refused to put that pop-up up. Why? Because in their head, somehow, some way, it was wrong. And I'm sure a lot of you are thinking that way, right? But that's the system telling you that. Why is it wrong? See, successful people don't just say, oh, okay, it's wrong because it's wrong. It doesn't work that way. Successful people, they always question. If something's wrong, why is it wrong? There's other businesses doing it. Let's find out why they're doing it. Oh, okay, so the reason why you don't want to do the pop-up is because you feel it's annoying, you personally. Well, guess what? You're not selling your product to yourself. You're selling it to other people. Do they think it's annoying? That's the question that you need to be asking. Do you understand? Does that make sense? Did that give you like an aha moment? Successful people break it down. They're not just quick to say wrong. Notice in Facebook, you can go and look and read the posts, okay? In any entrepreneur, any kind of business group, all of the negative people, all of the people that are like, scam, that's a scam, it's not real, it doesn't work. Go to their Facebook page and look at them. They're not successful. They're usually working a 9 to 5 job that they hate, and they're going to be working until they're 80 years old, okay? Because they have that no, it's wrong mentality. It happens from a kid. It's not their fault. It's just the way that you're indoctrinated as a kid. The world is black and white. It's right and wrong. But successful people got to break free from that mentality. Does that make sense? You kind of got to... I'm not saying that there aren't scams out there that you should be aware of, okay? I'm definitely not saying that. There are some sketchy things out there. What I am saying is don't be so quick to say no to things. You have to be open along the way. Okay? All right. So, and also before we jump into this, I want to jump on my little whiteboard here. I'm going to also show you the indoctrination system, how it works, and how you can break it, okay? Because once you actually start to visualize it, you're going to see like, oh yeah, it's kind of silly the way that the system actually works, right? So like here's the goal. here's the goal that most people have right here. All right, we'll just say this is retirement. This is where everybody wants to get. Okay, and this is little baby you. Little baby you, he's so cute. Little baby you wants to go from here to there. Now, obviously, there's no straight line. Okay, the fastest way between 2 points is a straight line. Obviously, you can't be a baby and go to retirement. It doesn't work that way, right? You still have to learn. There's still a curve, right? So let's draw that curve. So you start here. Your mom and dad raise you. They teach you how to walk. They teach you how to read and write. And so this is about 5 years, right? And then you go to school. And then you learn how to interact with people, you learn math, you learn science, you learn actual interacting and life stuff, right? Important things. So right around here is about the 18-year mark, right? So any common sense mindset will tell you that right at this point, you should start heading towards your goal. At 18 years old, you should have enough to actually start heading towards that retirement goal, right? Like going straight there. But unfortunately, our world, and we're going to make a big blue wall here. Okay. There's a big blue wall stopping us from going to that. We can't go there because society and the school system and the whole, all of the systems, everything, the banks, the schools, society, government, everything. See, they tell us, no, you have to go take out loans. Ooh, so now you're going down, you're borrowing money. Okay, and you need to spend more time mastering a skill. And first disclaimer here, there are some things that do take a little bit more time than just 18 years old. Obviously, surgeons and lawyers and professions like that, but we're not talking about that here. We're talking about a regular simple skill that's going to earn you money and get you to your goal, right? Okay, so why are we going down? Why are we going away from our goal? So like right around here, we're going to say like the 30-year-old, right? And I know this from personal experience. I'm telling you, this is what I did. Around the 30-year-old mark, you finally have a job where you can start making money. But before you can actually start putting that money towards your goal, you have to get out of debt because debt is a negative thing, right? So now you still have to get out of debt. So you're getting paid pretty well, but you got to fight that debt. So now you can start somewhere around 35 to 40, depending on how much debt you have. Now you can start going towards that goal. You see what I'm saying? Is this starting to make sense? Right? I mean, you're starting to get this, right? The reason why it's so important to break that mentality is because everybody thinks that you have to go this way, and then by the time when you're 60 to 80 years old, then you get to live your life. Then you get to actually use some of that money that you worked so hard for over the years. Well, I'm here to tell you that because we are. Oops. What am I doing here? Come on. All right, because this wall doesn't actually need to be here. All right, we're going to erase it and let everybody else. If everybody else chooses to, I can't erase this fast enough. What's going on? All right, if everybody else chooses to go on that path, don't judge them. It's a system. It's worked for so many people. It doesn't work anymore. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. But right here, now you're going to develop, I'm going to highlight this, like, I'm going to just color it in green here, okay? Because this is skill time. You already have enough knowledge on how to do stuff, right? And chances are you've already, like, even down here when you were a teenager, you already learned the skills, right? To go start heading towards your goal. Because actually, like, whatever your goal is, you're like, I want to live on a beach, you know? What does it take to do that? 60,000, 80,000, 100,000 a year, right? Where you can take 2 months off a year and go live on a beach for a couple months. Read the book, The 4-Hour Work Week, if you don't believe me. So it's not that hard to start going to your goal, right? Okay. So how do we do that? What's the goal? Well, right here we have, and you're going to get this at the end of the video. When the video is over, there's going to be a pop-up. You can download this. It's going to be a free resource guide. I made this because I want you to have an aesthetic view of what the goals are, right? And for some reason, what's going on here? Let's zoom this in. Let's get this nice and large. All right, so the first one I have social media, and this is the skill that I'm talking about, okay? Because if you are, let's say you're a teenager, or you're even my age, you're in your 30s. So you've developed a social media skill. You probably know how to post regularly. You know what people engage doing, and you're familiar with it. There are a lot of businesses out there, a lot, that have the older generation that run the business for them, and they don't know what they're doing, but they know that the world is going digital, so they know that this stuff is actually important, right? So chances are you probably already have the skill, the social media, that can go into the small businesses and say, hey, listen, I will do your social media for you for $300 a month. Everything. I'll post once a day. I'll get you X amount of followers by this time for $300 a month. I know. I realize what you're probably thinking is like $300 a month. That doesn't sound like a six-figure income. You have to bear with me here, okay? Because it's a growing process. So this is just one skill. You're going to grow this one skill into multiple skills. Then you can run multiple platforms for them. Do you see what I'm saying? You can start doing Instagram, right? You can start doing Pinterest, make YouTube videos for them. You can start utilizing other resources on film editing and stuff like that and start charging them more money, right? I'm just telling you, you can get in with any small business owner who happens to have somebody that's a little bit too old to know what they're doing. Just an older generation. It's not that they're ignorant, they just don't have time. They're running a business, okay? And you believe me when I tell you that this is exactly how a lot of my businesses, that a lot of my clients pick me up. I start off with something small and then I later offer them something else, okay? So going over the 5 skills, like I said, these are stuff that you probably already have a good understanding on. The next one, it's going to get a little bit more tricky because you can develop these skills, and I'm going to pull up the info or the drawing board again for Facebook ads. Now, this is a little bit, depending on your skill, you could potentially go a little bit. We're going to go a different color here. Let's go back to red because red's bad. Now, to learn this skill, there's going to be that learning curve. So you're going to have to learn, but it's not nearly as bad as this, right? I mean, come on. This one's going to be a little bit more like this. Because Facebook ads is one of the easiest things to learn. You can learn it in a matter of months, okay? There's different places you can go. And the thing is, you don't have to master them. You really don't. All you have to do is figure it out as you go. You're not going to lose money. Facebook kind of, they put your ad in front of people that want to see it. It's so intuitive. But if you want to learn from, there's cheap websites you can go to, like what's Udemy, UD here. I'll spell it because I don't know how to pronounce it. It's going to be udemy.com. Okay, this is an educational site. There's so many people that go to that site and they teach. So you could find someone that teaches Facebook ads for $10. Not even kidding. And you go and you master a skill in your spare time. Now, what's funny about this too is because if you get a client to pay you like $300 to $500 a month to run their ads, it literally only takes you 20 minutes a day to monitor it, and they're paying you. Do 10 clients. How much is that going to be worth to you? You see what I'm saying? It's incredible how much money you can make. It all depends on you, on how motivated you are. Results vary between person to person, okay? If you're lazy, that's why in the very beginning of the course I said this course is for action takers, okay? I'm just going to tell you right now, on day 4, it's pure action, all right? So get ready. If you're lazy, this course probably isn't for you. The next one's sales funnels. Now, what is a sales funnel? People don't understand a sales funnel, so I'm going to start from square one here. Okay, let's just we're going to erase the whole thing. What is a sales funnel? Now, there's a whole bunch of different types of funnels, but I'm just going to simplify it here, okay? What ends up happening, instead of sending people to the website, websites convert at like 1%. Very bad. Bad. So instead of sending those Facebook ads to that website, we're going to send it to a capture page instead, right? Or a sales page, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to try to get as many people's information as possible. So they become part of an email sequence, automated email sequence. Sounds difficult. It's really easy to set up, especially with the right softwares. I use ClickFunnels. It's super easy. Okay, so once they opt in here, you can then come here to this page. And feel free to reach out to me if you want the resources and the tools that I use. Reach out to me in the Facebook group. I'll be happy to give you links. I talk about this stuff all the time. All right, so once they come into the opt-in page, then they're taken to the sales page, right? And the sales page is kind of like the website. Whoops. It's kind of like the website. Only on the sales page, It's filled with a whole bunch of sales content, right? Reasons that they should buy, and proof, and case studies, and testimonials, and you just load that sales page with like, boom, and you're just selling one product. So there's not all these different places that they go like a website, right? Just one product. So after they buy, which a lot of them do, a lot more so than a website, then they're taken to another page. So it's called an upsell sequence, right? So the upsell sequence increases ad dollars on the back end. And I'm giving you kind of the crash course of a sales funnel. And you can keep doing that, and then you can send them to your social media, whatever. But the point is that when you implement the system correctly and you do it for another business, you're making them more profits. You're giving them higher conversion rates. They love that. Especially with e-commerce, because e-commerce is exploding right now with Shopify. It's huge. There's so many people that have these Shopify stores, and they're doing it wrong. Okay, I'm telling you, they're doing it wrong. A lot of them are just sending traffic to their website, and they're wondering why they're not making money, because the website doesn't do anything. Put it in front of a sales funnel, they go through the sequence, and it's more money on the back end. Now, what if they don't buy, right? Now, the automated email sequence, email 1, email 2, email 3, email 4, and then they decide to buy. So now, all the people that didn't buy are getting the emails, and they're more likely to come back in later. Sales funnels are pretty awesome like that, guys. So it's a skill that doesn't take that long to acquire. It's very, what am I doing here? I can't talk. I can't multitask. It's a skill that's very valuable, okay? Just to give you kind of an example here, I made a sales funnel for a plastic surgeon, and they paid me $6,000 to build out the funnel and test it for them over the course of 3 months. So I tested it to see how many opt-ins and get as many leads as possible through the sales funnel, which I talk about more in the Facebook group on the live on the Facebook lives that I do. So be sure to join the Facebook group, okay? And $6,000. That's $2,000 a month. And you know how long it took me to how much work I did? First of all, building the funnel. I have templates all over the place. So the building the funnel only takes maybe a couple hours just to personalize it to the client. Then testing it. I run traffic to it. Plus they pay me to run the traffic to it too. Facebook ads. So then I run traffic to it, and then I test it 20 minutes a day. If that, I just go, yep, looks good, make some tweaks, and it's nothing. $2,000 a month to do nothing, guys. Seriously, it's a no-brainer. Okay, number 4, lead generation. Now this one's cool because this one, you can also use sales funnels for lead gen, which I've done. Lead generation is great. So we're going to say a real estate agent, right? Because real estate agents love leads. Because they're selling, like, if they're selling a $200,000 home, which I did not do my comma right there. Forget that comma. Whatever. A $200,000 home. They get a commission. So it could be like $2,500 for, what's with me in commas? Comma goes there. All right, so $2,500 commission. It's a big sale to them. Sometimes they get even higher commissions, right? Maybe it's a $3,000, $5,000, who knows? So they love that big sale that they get. So it's a numbers game, right? If they can get, let's say, 100 leads, and out of those 100 leads, they close one of them, 1%, that's awesome, right? So what happens if you can get them 1,000 leads, right? And then they close at 1%. That's 10 people that buy. So they want as many leads as possible, as many people that they can follow up with as possible, because the chances of them closing those sales are greater. Okay, so what we're going to do with the sales funnel here, let's just go ahead and erase that. All right, what we're doing with the sales funnel here is we're just doing the simple capture page here. Okay, so on this capture page, we're going to say that these capture pages here, you have 2 split test variations, and I do it with ClickFunnels. The software does it for you, is how you can test it, how I did it for the plastic surgeon. So if you run, let's say 1,000 people to the page, obviously you're not going to get all of them, right? So let's say that you get a 10% conversion rate, and 10% of 1,000 is 100, so you get 100 people to opt in. They give their name and their email address. That's 100 leads, right? 100 leads out of that. So let's say out of those 100 leads, they close the sale and they end up making 100 equals 5K. We're just making up numbers here, okay? I just want you to understand. So I'm split testing this against this capture page over here, which this one has it's a little different, right? It's got different ad copy, it's got different pictures. So what I'm gonna end up doing on this one is making a few tweaks, But that 1,000 people is now going to be split between these two, right? And this one, let's say I improve it to get that opt-in page to 20%. Now that 100 people just jumped up to 200 leads. And simple math dictates here, okay? That 200 leads, if 100 equaled 5,000, the 200 now equal 10,000 for that real estate agent. See what I'm saying here? Just like that. Simple little tweak, right? Now let's keep going. Let's keep going with it, because 20% is not the end all. So let's say, so we kill this one, right? We kill that page because that one's not doing as good. Why would we keep doing it if it's not doing good? And we create another one and put it in its place. Another variation, right? Maybe it's got an attractive woman on it this time. Who knows? That's what I did with the plastic surgeon. I put a better looking woman on it. It's funny, but it worked. So let's say we get this up to 40% opt-in. Okay? That's 40% of people now, and that's 400 people. So just like that, with a little quick variation, I just got him $20,000 like that. No extra ad spend, no extra work for him. I'm just doing the lead generation. I can give him reports. Look at how many leads I'm getting you. He knows how many leads you're getting him, right? How much would you pay if you were a real estate agent? How much would you pay for someone to do lead generation? That's a skill, guys. Doing sales funnels, lead generation with sales funnels. It's real. You can also do it with Facebook ads. So if you learn Facebook advertising from step 2, Facebook has lead forms when you're running the advertising. So you don't even need sales funnels. The lead forms aren't as good. You get a lot of trashy leads, and I'm not even going to get into that right now because this video will take forever. It's already gone past how long I wanted the video to be. So the last one on the list is search engine optimization, probably one of the easiest skills to learn. It seems complicated when you first jump into it, but the same thing, go to Udemy, however you pronounce it. Learn SEO and start charging some clients, because you can literally, like, if you rank 20 keywords for a client, I'm personally, for 20 keywords, I charge about $1,000, right? Because I also include SEO and citations and stuff like that. And it's so easy. It doesn't take up any time. How many clients could you get doing $1,000 a month for SEO? 10 clients? 10,000 a month? You gotta have yourself a 6-figure agency right there. Boom, just like that. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I got for today. I wanted to make this video short and sweet. It's the first training, all right? So right about now, the button for the download, go ahead and should be popping up. So go ahead and download this resource guide for yourself. Give it a look over and start thinking about some skills that you might already have versus some ones that you want to get, okay? Because the next couple of days are going to be pretty awesome, because it's going to show you a little bit more on how to implement them, right? And kind of the whole sequence of how that goes. Now, full warning here, guys, day 4 is going to be so packed, okay? So to day 4, it's not like today where it's kind of a quick video. Day 4 is going to be loaded full of content, and I got the 3 secrets, the 3 best secrets for agency owners, okay? It's the best kept secrets that you don't need time, you don't need money, you don't need skills. It's gonna blow your mind, I promise you. So if you stay to the end, because it's such a long training video, if you stay all the way to the end, anybody that stays to the end gets not just the resource guide, you get a full downloadable content package. And I'm not gonna spoil it because I want it to be a surprise. But you gotta stay to the end, okay? So I hope you enjoyed the video today, and we're gonna see you in tomorrow's video. Be sure to check your spam folder if the emails don't come, or contact me at support@virtuousindustries.com. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later.